Put on the wetsuit and get in the water, cause I'm finna drip on you. Hyped up, surfing the wave, I'm finna drip on you. Put on a snorkel up under your face, I'm finna drip on you. It's out in the water, come get you a taste. I'm finna drip
And you know, Serena and Venus, you are such marvels. However, you do not play against the guys. Like I have to.
Yeah, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to this episode of Trend P, where we're talking about director Jane Campion. She's had to apologize to tennis legends Venus and Serena Williams after she made some crazy, just ignorant remarks during her speech at the Critics' Choice Awards. She's a director from New Zealand and basically got Best Director for her film The Power of the Dog. But she unfortunately, during her speech, tried to shout out some women, tried to shout out Halle Berry, tried to give some props to Venus and Serena, and try to kind of show off that she's been working on her tennis game, but unfortunately does not understand that Venus and Serena actually have had to face off against men. This occurred during Women's History Month, which is quite ironic and hilarious, actually. But she claimed that, you know, you all are such marvels, Venus and Serena, but you don't play against the guys like I have to. And it's interesting because the crowd basically found that very hilarious and you know, gave her quite a bit of applause. So clearly, a lot of people don't understand that women actually do face off against men, and Venus and Serena, in particular, are two women who play tennis at an extremely high level and can probably beat quite a significant amount of the men on the in the world tennis leagues, you know, at the professional level. So she got a lot of backlash on social media, um, kind of pointing out that, you know, there's still racism and sexism that the Williams sisters face, and also, you know, a lot of women don't even understand what they're up against. You know, it's kind of interesting because a lot of women will try to point out how, you know, there's all this stuff that women are up against, and that's true. The women are up against a lot, but a lot of the issues actually come from within the circles of women, as we see in this case. Yeah, so I mean, it's actually quite interesting how a lot of people noted on social media the degree of obliviousness or just lack of understanding that Jane Campion demonstrated when she was trying to point out how she's gone up against a lot more than Venus and Serena have in terms of facing off against men, which is typical. You know, white women come from a very privileged background in most cases, and to try to say that you've had it harder than two black women who have, you know, beat extreme odds, as we saw in the previous drop on Trend P, where we looked at how they, you know, when they came into the Indian Wells Masters, they were immediately booed by an American crowd, even though they were facing off against people from other countries. So it's not even like black women get the support of their own citizens of America in most cases. But I mean, it's especially interesting, especially in the setting of Women's History Month, that you have a woman kind of downplaying two women who have, you know, beat extreme odds. So again, you know, you got one person out on Twitter saying that this is a perfect distillation of white feminism. It was actually, you know, just quite thoughtless and ignorant for her to try to say that. And also interesting that she claimed that Halle Berry had already given her speech. You know, she had basically tried to state that Halle Berry had, you know, said everything that she wanted to say, but I'm sure Halle Berry was smart enough not to make this type of gaffe. So interesting for Jane Campion to come out this way, especially in Women's History Month. But the good thing is, I mean, she came out later, a few days later, and stated that, you know, the Williams sisters actually have squared off against men on the court, and have faced uh, some serious, you know, competition with men off the court as well. You know, I mean, it's not like people just welcome them into the world of tennis, and a lot of men had some interesting things to say about Venus and Serena. Um, so they have, you know, she basically apologized, and looks like, you know, according to some pictures I've seen out there with Jane Campion and the Williams sisters together, kind of hugged up and doing their thing, looking like she apologized and kind of made up for her remarks. But it's just still interesting and remarkable to see this happen. Again, I mean, it is Women's History Month for the entire month of March. So just an interesting and ironic take on, you know, a lot of work that white women still have to do to be informed and understanding of what they say and how what they say is perceived by other women. You know, white women don't speak for all women, and they don't speak for all white women. So it seems like a lot of white women need to do a lot more learning and be a lot more careful with how they speak about other women. If the support that women need is supposed to or will be gotten, then it needs to come from women first. And so, good thing on her that she went ahead and apologized. But just makes you want to take another look at what women do to harm or hold other women back. So we'll take a listen to it now. Let us know what you think in the comments. Let us know what you think about the reaction of the crowd and what your experience has been with women kind of holding other women back, either verbally or otherwise.
Thank you, Taika. Thank you, Critics' Choice. And it's absolutely stunning to be here tonight amongst so many incredible women. Hal Berry, you have already done my speech. So, and really killed it. I loved it. You're absolutely brilliant. And Venus and Serena, what an honor to be in the room with you. I've taken up tennis. I truly have, and Will, if you want to come over and give me lessons. I would truly love it. I actually had to stop playing because I got tennis elbow. I'd also just like to give my love out to my fellow, the guys. The nominees. And Serena and Venus, you are such marvels. However, you do not play against the guys. Like I have to. Kirsten Dunst, you're a doll. I love you. Jesse Plemons is the cat that's still licking his lips for being with you. Benedict, you're not here. I love you to pieces. And Cody Smith McPhee, and my gorgeous producers. One of them's here, Roger Frappier. And I just really want to thank Netflix for standing up so proud for us and really helping us during the pandemic and caring about this film, caring about me. Thank you.
Yeah, so just take another look at social media and people's reactions. You got one person saying another whitey on the moon. Definitely that hilarious kind of reference to Gil Scott-Heron. Appreciate that person's understanding on the issue. Another one says, these women are born into extreme privilege, actually believe they had it tough. They need to tear down women of color because they're threatened. Microaggressions all day, every day at work. This is definitely an example of a microaggression. A lot of people need more understanding on what exactly that is. But essentially, I mean, even the smallest things that you say or do can have a profound impact and be perceived in a very negative light, or just can be damaging, especially, women on women microaggressions are tough. I mean, this is a serious issue, especially, again, in Women's History Month. So spot on that person. Another one says, she's so dumb, she apologized, she isn't wrong. Well, at least not until the sister play against some trans women. Actually, she is wrong, so you're wrong as well. And might want to do a little bit more reading and research before you jump on the internet commenting and supporting a microaggression, a true microaggression. I won't say that it's completely racist. Again, I mean, racist has the definition of racism is quite nebulous, and I won't try to go into that here. But I won't claim that she is 100% racist, but she definitely is ignorant in this case and needs some work. Definitely needs some work. Another one says, and not just any white woman, a white woman who was born into wealth and privilege and whose parents just happen to be names in the field she's in now. Again, so just speaking to the privilege that Jane Campion was born into, but still feels the need to point out how underprivileged she is and how much she's had to go through as a female director, which I won't discount that she's had to go through some things, but to lay yourself alongside these two black women in particular, quite ignorant of you to do that. Another one says, the revolution always eats its own. Not exactly sure what you're getting at on that one, but hilarious nonetheless. And kind of makes sense. Makes sense. What else we got? You know, so she didn't even start from the bottom, literally handed her career and connections and merely had to exist. Sounds about right. I haven't done enough research on Jane Campion to be able to completely verify what people are saying in terms of her privilege, but it sounds like that's quite true. And just the fact that you're a white woman in this space, likely to be true. I mean, people say that her parents kind of handed her the keys to directorship and being in the movie industry. So if that is the case, definitely adds another spin and a little bit more depth to what she said. You guys, I'll leave it up to you guys to do the research on that and check it out and see. What else do we have? Okay, I don't know her work, but for her to feel so threatened, I can only guess that she has her limits in life. Again, I'm not gonna discount that she's gone through some things. She's been limited in some regard, but yeah, it's funny how far she took this and how unnecessary this was. I mean, she had a otherwise what seemed to be a glowing speech and just kind of bombed it all in the matter of a couple of seconds. And just to wrap it up, guys, I did take a look at Jane Campion's background. Sounds like she's the second daughter of Edith Campion, an actress, writer, and heiress. Interesting. So quite privileged. Richard M. Campion, her father, a teacher and theater and opera director. Her maternal great-grandfather, Robert Hanna, was a well-known shoe manufacturer for whom Antrim House was built. Her father came from a family that belonged to fundamentalist Christian exclusive brethren sect. Not exactly sure what that is. I can definitely click in and see more about it. But sounds rings of privilege to me. So definitely has had quite the leg up in getting to where she is. Again, I won't discount that she's gone through some things, but you didn't come from Compton. You didn't go through what the Williams sisters went through. So let's not go there. Yeah, it's just not right, sis. So that's it on this one, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Thanks for watching this episode of Trend P. We hope you enjoyed it. If you like this content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell, like this video, and drop a comment below. Share this video with your friends on social media, and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at TrendP. You can also donate on Cash App at $TrendP to help this channel grow. For more Trend P, check out some of our other videos below.